Hello everyone, and welcome to our subscriber roster review for Bill. As you can see, Bill is running Empire in the arena, and he's running Akbar with the Millennium Falcon and Rebels in the ship arena. His very first relic was Vader, and that is a great first relic. He is definitely worth it to take all the way up to 7. And the wonderful thing about Empire is nobody else really has to be relicked. So that is a great starting team. There are a few people that I like to have in the last 2 slots. Since you're going with the turn meter train under Emperor Palpatine, you want to have Fallen Bastila in this team. And I would put her in the place of Tarkin. And first off, you can see that you do have Fallen Bastila unlocked. She's only at 3 stars and gear 8. But I'm going to tell you, she is fully viable at 3 stars. You get her gear up a little bit more. You can already see that you have most of her skills leveled up. You need to get Force Bond leveled up too, because it's going to be used later, for sure. Fear is great. You use this, and you get all these extra debuffs on people. And I believe that you only need to do an Omega to get her Fear maxed out. And once you have that Omega on her, she applies all these buffs to another random ally on the other team. Wonderful person to have on the turn meter train for Vader. And she also fears that person, so they lose a turn as long as you don't damage them. For her, you definitely want a speed set and get her as fast as possible. We're going to go through all of your different characters here. So 501st, the only people you have unlocked so far is Ahsoka Tano and Rex. Rex is a great leader on his own, and he can be used in many different squads. I recommend keep gearing him up and keep getting his stars up. Don't need to be in ships yet. Bounty Hunters. You're looking really good on your Bounty Hunters. You only need 1 more star on Bosk, 1 more star on Jango, and you'll be able to get that 7-star Chewbacca. I see that you did apply the Leadership Zeta to Bosk, which takes this team to the next level. So your main lineup here is the Bosk, Bubba, Jango, IG-88, and Dengar. I recommend, as soon as you can start farming him, even at 4 stars here, replace IG-88 with Greef Karga. Greef Karga is very viable at 4 stars if you start gearing him up, because he gains stealth. And with his 2 different things, you can call other bounty hunters to assist, and you can do heal for health and protection. It helps out a lot when you have that Boss Zeta and Greef in there too. You can also start farming Mando when you get to that point, and you can replace Dengar. And that is your main lineup there. Your bounty hunters will be set as long as you have Bosk, Bubba, Jango, Greef, and Mando. It's like the best bounty hunter team right now. Keep gearing up that Bosk and keep getting his ship up. Best ship in the game, pretty much. So, Dengar also, a lot of people don't know this about him. You want to mod him for a high crit chance, just because of his mines. So, deal physical damage to all enemies, deal physical damage 2 times to random enemies. So, you want to look at this. Effects inflicted dependent on number of critical hits scored. When you get to this 3 critical hits, you also take 50% turn meter away from the enemy team. That is huge against teams. So you want to get him high critical chance so you can get these 3 critical hits for this. Jango, you want speed and you want offense. Same for Boba Fett. He's a big damage dealer for you. Bosk, I recommend speed. You could do tenacity mods. You could do defense mods. I keep mine very fast, and I keep a very high tenacity. And that keeps resistance teams from taking out this team very easily. I like to use them on offense and Grand Arena because you can get an easy 60 banners. Clone Troopers, you don't have really anything unlocked yet, but you're going to work towards these later. They're a great team to have. When you start farming them, 5 main ones to farm: Rex, 5s, Arc, Echo, and you could go with either one for the 5th because you're either going to use Shock T later on or General Skywalker. Droids, when IG-11 becomes farmable in the Cantina, for the short time it will be, I recommend going after him. He is a great droid to have and a great scoundrel. You've already started farming Droideka, Madden Guard. When you start seeing General Grievous in the store, fleet, you want to definitely buy him with the fleet currency. I know you're probably focusing on Zetas right now, but you want to get Grievous as soon as you can. I love seeing 3PO and Chewie here at 5 stars. That's gear 9, I believe. Great character. Runs really well with CLS, Han, and Chewie. And then you want to get your C3PO to put as the 5th there. That's the best Rebel team that you can run as CLS. Right now you can sub out R2 for C3PO until that point, though. You definitely don't want to take Chopper any higher. You don't need to take IG-88 any higher than he is right now. Empire, like I said, Vader, great first Zeta. And Relics. Amazing character. He's going to help you with Galactic Legend counters in the future once you start seeing them. Admiral Piet, wonderful character. Once you get a chance, start farming him. He does wonders for Imperial Troopers, and he's the 5th person I'm going to use in my Empire team until I get my troopers up and running. The wonderful thing about Empire also is you don't really need a tank. You can go full DPS. Once you get these guys modded correctly, they can go so fast on other teams that other teams really don't even have a chance to go. Moff Gideon down here, if you gear him, he is fully viable at 3 stars. There is a counter out there right now for Rey, I believe, that is using a 3-star Moff Gideon, a 5-star Admiral Piet, and Vader, and 2 others. You don't even need Watt Tambler anymore. Ewoks, you're working on them slowly, I can see. Chief Chirpa, you want to get up. Ewok Elder, Logray, Paplu, and start farming Wicket. Wicket is very beneficial to this team in 2 ways. He's going to be a huge damage dealer for it, and once you get him to 7 stars, he also gets you extra Zetas every month. So you want him at 7 stars. You need him at like gear 10 or gear 11 to get C3PO unlocked at 7 stars once you get them all 7 stars. You don't really need to go any higher than that, though. First Order, haven't really focused on this yet. The only thing really good here for you to look out for is Kylo Ren. His node gives his ship also, and it's really good ship. Galactic Republic, you have Padme unlocked, you have Ahsoka unlocked, but I don't see Anakin in here. You need to get Anakin unlocked and geared up, because them 3 are the main powerhouse of this team. And then once you get General Kenobi, and then you can put anybody in for the 5th. As long as they're Galactic Republic, they're going to help you out. You can put Grandmaster Yoda in there. If you're going to put him in a Padme team, you want him to be very fast so he can get his buffs up a lot. Geonosians. Great for their ships. So this is a great secondary team for your ships. So right now on fleet, you're using Rebels. For Grand Arena Championship and to help out your guild, I would recommend leveling up Sunfac, Spy, and Soldier and getting all their ships unlocked in 7 stars, and then put them either under a Thrawn Chimera or a Tarkin ship. And they're a main powerhouse team for damage. You need to keep working on these guys. Get your Brood all the way to 7 stars. Get your Soldier and Spy all the way to 7 stars. And you want at least Gear 11 on these guys. Gear 11, if you play it right, once you get to the mission for Wat Tamblar, they can actually do that mission at Gear 11. You just need a little bit of luck on your side. Gear 12 recommended, and relics on Geo Brood for sure. Imperial Troopers, not really a big focus team for most people starting out. If you are going to focus on these guys, you want to have Veers, Stark, Piet, Snow Trooper. Then you can add anything in the 5th slot. Range Trooper is a really good one to add there. Jawas, I wouldn't mess with them at all. Just leave them until late in the game. Jedi, you got Bastila Shan at 7 stars, so you were able to unlock your Grandmaster Yoda at 7 stars. So this team, I would recommend, since you don't really have your Padme leveled up and people to put with her yet, a good Grand Arena team for you would be the Bastila Shan, Grandmaster Yoda, Ezra, Old Ben, and you could put Ahsoka in there for now. Canon's going to stay with Phoenix, and then for your Phoenix, you can put your Sabine Wren. You still want to level her up when you get extra energy because of the ship that she uses. Old Republic. Some point you're going to want to farm all these guys so you can get Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan unlocked. You don't need them high gear. You can find good guides on how to get them easily. Phoenix, gear 8 for these guys is perfectly fine. The only one I recommend taking any higher really is Ezra, because he is a plug-and-play character for Jedi, and it's very helpful. Rebels. CLS, Han, R2-D2, 3PO, and Chewbacca, I would recommend as your Rebel team for now. Great powerhouse team. Instead of R2, you could throw in Stormtrooper Han for a tank. Old Ben, also a great tank. You could put him in there also. But I would use him in your Jedi team for now. Mon Mothma, I see that you have her at 3 stars and gear 7, looks like. But you don't really have any Rebel fighters leveled up except for Biggs and Wedge. Wigs there, pretty good to put with her. They do a massive amount of damage, but I would get 2 more characters. Pow is a really good one. Once he has a Zeta on him, he gives a lot of turn meter to the team. And I would recommend the Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. You're going to want to level up Biston, Pow, Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, and he has a ship, Biston ship, that you want to get, and you want to get the Cassian ship. Cassian is the other one for Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. You want to get them unlocked for your Rebel fleet. Resistance, you don't got anything going towards it yet. Rogue One, not really anything. You don't really need to focus on them at all. They're not the greatest team. Scoundrels, I love seeing Enfys Nest here. I don't like seeing only 2 stars. I see that you're probably farming her right now. It is a fleet node, so it takes a long time. Great job getting her to gear 11 already. You want very high tenacity and as much health as you can get on her. She gets bonus protection off of her health. So always remember that. Tenacity and health on her. Great Zeta to have on her too once you have an extra Zeta. You can go around any tank. No other real scoundrels to talk about there. Separatists. Only one you don't really have unlocked that I would recommend right away is Newt Gunray. Newt Gunray is a good plug and play character for a leader. He doesn't even really have to have separatists under him to be a great leader. He just throws a loop in anybody's plans for a counter with his extortion. Of course, you want to farm all the droids for General Grievous and get that team up whenever you can. Sith, like I said, I would recommend Bastila Shan instead of Tarkin in your main arena. Get her as fast as you can, and then she's going to do wonders for Vader and his turn meter. Dooku's a great character for early game, not too much at the later game. Sith Empire, you're not really going to worry about that until you start getting towards Darth Revan. Your ships. So, I know we talked about this in some of the comments of my videos. The Geos are a powerhouse team for damage. Great team to start out with when you're starting. You need to get the other 3 stars on Sunfac, and I recommend getting these 3 to at least gear 11 so you can max out their ship's abilities. You get them 3, and then you don't have them yet, but you want to look at Vulture Droid and Hyena Bomber, and that's going to be your main lineup for the Malevolence once you get down the road. So, ships, bounty hunters, keep getting these 2 up to 7 stars. So you can get Malevolence, or not Malevolence, Millennium Falcon. And you need to get Houndstooth still to 7 stars. Millennium Falcon at 7 stars is a great ship. Capital ships, for Rebels, you want to go Home 1. I would recommend getting them to at least gear 11 so you can max out his ship, of course. And then the Geos I would put under your Chimera. Let's see. Galactic Republic ships. You just want to focus on these down the road for when you get the Negotiator unlocked. So you want to unlock Anakin's ETA-2 along with Anakin because it's a great ship to go with Ahsoka. They both do massive damage for the Negotiator. Clone Sergeant, you're going to want to farm him at one point to go with that. You got 5 ship. Plo Koon is great to go with them. Ships, there's not too much to work on. Right now you want to focus on those 2 main teams. So your Chimera with the bugs and then your Rebel ships. You want to get, for the Rebels, you want to get Biston's U-Wing and Cassian's U-Wings unlocked. So a great starting lineup for the Home 1 is Millennium Falcon, Rebel Y-Wing, once you get it all the way to 7 stars, with Biston's U-Wing, and then calling in Phantom 2, and then Cassian ship, and it does a powerhouse of damage, and it takes down a lot of different ships too. But right now, you're at 1.3 million. Looking at your character selection here and everything, it's going really well for you. I see that you're staying pretty high in Arena. So you're staying in the top 200, so you're getting the extra crystals there in the 200. And then you're staying in the top 50 here. I'm hoping that you can climb to at least the 20s with this. It's a great team to go with, and a lot of people don't think about the bounty hunters at first and don't unlock it really early, so they can't really do anything against this team. The Geos can take it out, but it's not as easy as this can go up in the ranks. Couple things to think about when you're modding your characters. I would recommend this page here, Grand Ivory's Mod Optimizer. All you do is you go in here and your ally code here, you put that 9-digit number in. So 459162. 543. And you hit fetch my data. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull up your roster here. And I'm not sure if they fixed it yet, but it's going to pull up any mods that you currently have equipped. And for a lower level account like yours, it will go quick for you. For my main account, it takes forever for me to remod all my characters, but all you do here is you'll drag and drop your main arena team over. I recommend Basilisk on here, like I said. And then you had Shore Trooper. And then what you do is you come over here once you have those 5 in, and you hit Optimize My Mods. And this isn't going to change anything for you, but it's going to go through your mods, and it's going to recommend for you what to put on your characters. So this pulls mods from all these characters right here, and it tells you to pull them. It doesn't pull them itself, and it wants you to get Palpatine up to 230 speed. You don't have to worry about damage on him or anything. You want him high speed so he can get his stuns out there, his shocks out there, and stuff like that. And then you look at Vader. So you got 3 of the mods they recommend on him already. They recommend pulling one from Boba Fett, one from Dengar, and one from CLS. And that's going to take him from 240 to 248 speed. You don't really need the high tenacity on him right now, but it's also going to bring up your physical damage. You see you go from 6438 here to 7359. That means he's going to be doing a lot more damage in the future. This is a great site for easily remodding your teams. So once you have them the way you want them modded, what you do is you hit lock all, and then you would go to your next team. And this would lock the mods that would be on them after you change them. So like when you go to change them, once you reassign them, you'll hit this button to say you reassigned them, and it'll remember it in this website. And then you'll start dragging over the other teams, and it'll help you remod them in the future. So this is a great site for your remodding. This site right here, this gamingfans.com, once you go to it, if you go to the Star Wars here, and then you click on mods, it will give you the recommendation for mods right here. So let's go to Darth Vader. Where's he at? So you click on Darth Vader. It's going to take you to the page just for him. You scroll down, it's going to tell you the main focus for him, the additional focus, in-game mod recommendations. So he wants speed and critical chance. And then it's going to tell you the best bet for your mods right here. So triangle or transmitter square, and wants an offense with critical damage. So it's going to tell you what you want to look for and what you want to farm for when you're farming for mods. The last website I'm going to tell you that's good for you is swgoh.gg. So this link right here, as you see it as is the Gac History link. And anybody you're about to go up against, when you have their ally code, if they have an swgoh.gg account, it will show their Gac history as long as you enter their ally code right here. So as you can see, I'm on mine, and it shows what teams I used to attack in the last rounds, and what teams I had on defense and what he used to attack against me. So I recommend that you do create an swgoh.gg account. Once you start getting up in the higher guilds, they like you to have this so they can see your progress and everything without looking at your account in game. And it's really good for this Grand Arena Gac history. Overall, I think you're doing really well with your account. And if you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask them in the comments, and I'll try and help you along the way. You've seen my main account. I'm a very hyper-focused player, and that's what I'm trying to do for my free-to-play account, to help people out and show them how easy it is to stay in the top as a free-to-play player in this game. Thank you for letting me do this roster review on you, and tell me if you have any suggestions or anything. If anybody else wants for us to review, just leave a comment below and I'll try and get to you soon. Thank you guys for joining me. You guys have a great day.